policeman hold him in a shot bag here, so no gun, no nothing. When they call him back, me a bow, and me say, I legal firearm, then fire one out tight to say a shootout. Yeah. Him have one little blue marina and one little black shots could almost become underpants when dead in a.
That can't hold up on a win.
When they kill him in a van, then tear off the marina off him when they kill him because they have him a grung all about a tap in him head. Oh, you have somebody a grung all about a tap in their head. That means he surrender by now then. Even if you claim saying they have a gun, that the story no make no sense.
No hold him. If him do anything, if you no want him, you no hold him. Carry me up because him just like I just want to look at something so you know. Mr. Carry me in, man. You no kill him. Do me a beg you no kill him, carry me in. And then stand up. Then stand up in her neck. Miss one of them. And then it's like we go down on him. Because he hold me, you know, hold on to me tight, very tight. Because he now let me go. And then pull him and pull me straight out. When me reach right round there, so me hear one shot. And me say, Lord, then kill him. And me no go back round there. So you claim to say you suspect him, carry me in, for you hold him. And not ask me if you hold him. Me see when they hold him came right here, so. And the police draw him back, so. And say, shoot him. Right? Draw him back. And like he asked him, say, what if you do with him? And the other one say, kill him.
Welcome to Crime Time News and Entertainment with a Buzz. The voices that you heard at the start of this video is of the family member of Steve Smith's OC, Ticker OC Flybrain. Notorious criminals wanted in the space, multiple takeaway, multiple pie up, and last but not least, he is said to be one of the 3 suspects that were involved in the brutal KILLING at Cherry Tree Lane, in which 8 people lose their life and at least 9 to 10 other persons, some still battling for their life. Now people like to hear the family members say, this was no sorts of pie out, this was a case of unjustified takeaway of the poor. People, there's a saying, and it is not right. Desperate times calls for desperate measure. So therefore, if you're out there taking away people's life and have no regard for life, no regard for law, whenever them come for you, if you live by the GUNUDIE, by the gun, and I told you before, there's a new protocol that the JSAF are following. Whenever you are wanted because they are tired of locking up you individuals, and then you beat the case because you either get rid of the witness or the witness is afraid for their life. There's only one way to reassure, that is when the popo go with that warrant of DEATH, you will be fatally arrested. You will be taken out on the spot. If your mother dead, if your picnic dead, if you're there in front of the pastor and you confess your life to Christ, it is going to be too late. The warrant has been signed. It is DEATH up on sight. Point blank and period. There's a video that has been making it round all over social media in which a young man, kind of nana heads, said that he was going to go back in a Clarendon in a Cherry Tree Lane and finish out everybody up there. He also made some claims that he is going to go to Beverly Hills where your Prime Minister Andrew Holness lives, and he is going to take out Andrew, the wife, and the picnic them. Since then, we see the Deputy Commissioner of Popo, Mr. Fitzbailey, he said that he has that person's identity. They know where that person lives, and they are going to go and get that person immediately, ASAP. Now, people, the person that they went to go and get, that person they said is familiar to them because he has a history of making all sorts of idiotic posts on social media. However, people, the question that I have to ask, and I am asking you to explain to me, what is your opinion? Is this the right person that was seen in the latest video? So people, what I want you to do is listen to both videos. In the first video, which is the latest video, the person sounds kind of gangster-ish. The person sounds kind of wangster-ish. The person sounds like the typical bad man or wannabe. However, in the second video, he sounds like he comes from a good home. He sounds like he might have went to some sorts of good school. He sounds educated. Now, people, I am not saying that psychopaths cannot flip the script and have a Jekyll and Hyde personality, so therefore he can play different roles. But me just say, this might not be the person that is in the latest video. That was the person in the first video. So just for clarity, in the first video, which was about 2022, he claimed that he was going to go in some sort of van in the beginning of the school year, and he was going to take away all women and all children, schoolgirls specifically, because the devil needs them for some sorts of sacrifice. So people, I am going to let you listen to the latest video in which he is threatening Andrew Holness and saying that he is going to go back to church and finish the job. Take a listen, take a look.
Yo, but T-boy Holness, you think you can stop my stealing? Everybody in a Clarendon and go dead by next week. Your wife next like a fool. Suck your mother, T-boy Andrew Holness.
So people, you heard this man. You heard what he sounds like. You heard the tone. You heard how he was cussing. How him sound like a wangster or a gangster, a wannabe bad man. Take a listen to the video that is back in 2022.
I am promising all of you that lives in Mandeville, that on Monday when school returns, I will be taking all girl kids. I will be driving around and I will be taking your child. I will be taking all women and all girls because we need them for an experiment. The devil needs them for an experiment. Lucifer needs you. You women are to be on his mission. We must not disappoint Lucifer. He is our savior, our king. We must not disappoint him. We must make him strong. Support him or perish.
So people, you hear both videos. What is your opinion? Is this the same person? Does the tone, does the attitude, does the demeanor sound the same? Is this person so versed in the art of acting that he can sound completely different tone, one tone, him sound like a madman, he sound like he is deranged, he sounds very angry, and in the next tone, him sound like he is possessed by the devil, he is calm, he speaks eloquently. People, let me know if you think that this is the same person. Now people, here's the thing about the JCF and the government of Jamaica. It seems as if when them do any sort of damage control, whenever anybody comes out, they want to show and prove, just like that person wants to show and prove. So therefore, even when them know them not have proper information on people, I am not saying that that is not the case in this case, or that is the case in this case, sorry. But me just say, to me, these sounds like it might be two different sorts of people and people again. I am no sorts of expert in a voice analysis or analyzing voice. I don't go to court and testify. I have no sorts of degree or no sorts of expertise. But me just say, could this be a case of one fool makes many? Because we know say on social media, people do stuff just for the gram, just for the highlight. So therefore, if them say one set of buffoon do something and people are gravitate to it, people are buzz, people are talk about it, then they want their spotlight, they want their day in the sun. And people remember, when it comes to Jamaica, this is a spot for that. Because if you remember a couple of years ago, an ex-demented young man, he came out and he said that he planted some sorts of EXPLOSIVE device in a orchard at some sorts of gas station and locked down the whole place. So people, me just say, this is like when you hear people say, no man, me not eat, and then when you ask the lady them I tell you 99% of them I tell you say, yes, my man eats. So people, are we to believe just like there is just one man touring all over Jamaica and name down the place, that there is just one crazy lunatic that is out there causing all of this damage and making all these threats in Jamaica? Is the problem more widespread than we think? At the end of the day, them all on this man, but the question we have to ask, is this the right man? Because based on the information, it is said that when they located him and went by him, him tried to take for himself. Don't know if him try to run, jump, skip or hop and injure himself. He is presently in some sort of hospital under poor guard. Maybe this is Bellevue. So the moral to the story is this. Don't we realize a very disturbing trend? How quickly, when any sorts of person that is kind of dysfunctional in the brain, that is from some sorts of garrison, do anything, make any sorts of threats on social media, how easily they are found, especially when them diss the Prime Minister. However, when you have people like Mrs. Issa, whose son lost his life controversially, it took them in excess of a year or so just to get that phone open. But these people have no problem in kicking down the door, arresting people, dragging them out and making them do some sorts of confession under the rest or apology under the rest. It is very disturbing, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called system failure. It is called these judges must be smoking some sorts of spliff, laced with mad post piss, laced with some sorts of pedico, that is cocoa. Now this is based on an incident that we saw according to a place called Lime Tree Lane that is in Clarendon, in which 8 persons lost their life and also 9 or 10 more injured. Some people still battling for life. We saw after that incident, the Popo came out specifically, Mr. Fitzbailey, and they said that they had 3 suspects. A day or so later, they went for one suspect. His name is Mr. Steve Smith. He was taken out fatally arrested. We saw just before that one individual went and turned himself to the Popo. And then we saw that a next individual was captured. That individual's name is Mr. Leighton White, O.C. Bones. Now here's the thing about this story. Based on the information, it is said that he was identified as a man that was charged for a previous pie up. He was reporting to the Popo on condition of bail. So people, when we look at the 3 individuals, Mr. Steve Smith, he is a person that has a reputation for excessive MURDER and pie up. He has always been on the Popo radar, so we can assume that at least one time he was locked up. However, he beat the case, but the case was out on bail. As it pertains to Mr. Bones, Mr. Leighton White, such is the case. So we have to ask the question. It seems as if these judges, these prosecutors, they are out of touch with what is going on. Because when it comes to a country such as Jamaica, where MURDER is rampant, and 80 high percent is because of the gun. Won't you think that obviously it is an easy decision? Well, if you get charged with any sorts of tool, you should probably remain locked up until that case comes to some sorts of conclusion. However, people, it seems as if these judges in Jamaica, they are throwing some sorts of sympathy party. And it is quite obvious in this case because this man had a case of prior SHOOTING and this man did not stop. So it seems as if the only voice of reason in these judges' heads, when these people come to court, they probably say, "What are you charged for?" And the man said, pie up, sir. And the man said to themselves, maybe this youth was under duress, maybe he was influenced by the devil, maybe he was high or maybe he was drunk. That is the thought of the judge, I am assuming. This youth, him does there by mistake. Give the youth a chance, give him a next chance, make him go out and see what he can do with himself. It seems as if they are not reading the statistics that, listen, most of these persons are repeat offenders. It seems as if they must say to themselves, well, yeah, he might have pie up a couple of people, pie up, put other people's life in a danger. But maybe this youth come from some sorts of dysfunctional home. Maybe there's room for redemption. Maybe he can revive his career and be a good little boy after all of these habitual pie up. So I'm saying, all right, this person does not meet the threshold of being any sorts of SERIALTERRORISTIC type of person. So therefore, until he meets that criteria, me go give him bail and make him go out there. Until, of course, he does or did what they did. People, you see the point that I am trying to make. It makes absolutely no sorts of sense. So we have to ask the question, are these judges and the system really failing Jamaicans, especially when they see what is going on? Or is it a fact that it seems as if they are just out of touch? Or it seems as if these defense lawyers have them by the balls. So therefore, whenever these defense lawyers come into court and talk, they ignore everything that the prosecution says as it pertains to these persons prior. People, at this point, the system is an epic failure. Jamaica needs prayer. Jamaica needs divine intervention. Point blank and period. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news, it is becoming more and more apparent that Jamaica is the epicenter of negligence, irresponsibility, negligent takeaway that could have easily been prevented. There was a young youth, 3-year-old to be specific. He lost his life using his father's tool because his father did not put up this gun in a safe place, in a some sort of chis, what them call it. Based on what the father said, he went outside to throw away some sorts of garbage. Him tucked the tool between the cushion in the couch. When he went outside for dash for the garbage, him hear some sorts of loud explosion. When him rush back inside, him see him son, 3-year-old, lay down flat out, one can to the cranium. Now people, here's the thing. Whenever you apply for that fire piece at the Firearms Licensing Authority, one of the criteria, very important, probably the most, other than your criminal record, is that you have some sorts of safe, some sorts of chis for safekeeping, especially when you have young picnic in your house, as in the point of this man, businessman, 47-year-old Rowan Hines. Because here's the thing, children have very curious minds. Children love anything where them say the father or the mother seems as if them are hide. Their curiosity is going to be piqued. Especially when them see something that look like some sorts of tool, them want to play a cowboy and Indian. So this man, because of laziness, because of negligence, because him feel like say, him tuck it way under the cushion, in the couch. Him not realize the amount of time that he repeatedly do this little child a watch. This little child probably try to go feet and him say, hey boy, away I do, and run him away. However, if you keep doing this and this little picnic sees you, keep doing it. When you're not there to stop him, what do you think he's going to do? What do you think he is going to do? And such is the case in this case. So this father, 47-year-old Mr. Hines, he was charged officially for negligent homie, you know me I talk about, because of negligence, and rightfully so. Now people, here's the thing. These parents, mother and father, I am sure that they are traumatized, but this could have easily been prevented. At the end of the day, a little youth lost his life. Young, impressionable, naive minds that don't know better think it's some sorts of tool, so therefore he is curious, playing with it, pressing this, pressing that, until he press the wrong thing and get pressed out alive. Easily could have been avoided. So therefore a life was lost. Even though the mother and father were probably traumatized, even though it is going to haunt them for the rest of their life, some sorts of example needs to be set. It seems as if these people in Jamaica, they are in la la land, they are distracted. And many persons are getting hurt when it could have easily been avoided. Such is the case. In this case, whenever you take chance, you get bust like balloon. And that is exactly what happened to this little 3-year-old him head that is point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.